why didn't the Democrats let Jasmine run instead of Kamala? But before we get started with this demonstration, let me read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Now, let's just get right down to business. Jasmine Crockett is on fire. Jasmine Crockett is lit. And as we say in the hood, Jasmine Crockett is trained to go. She has policies. She has good, strong policies. She has receipts. She has a sense of direction that when you listen to her, you know the direction that she wants to take this country to. You know that that direction is a good direction. Also, she's very, very bold. She's unbothered. There's nothing that you can say to her can, push her away or make her run and hide. Anything that you bring up against Jasmine Crockett, she's able to clap back. Now, I'm going to be going to some of Jasmine Crockett's clips, but do the Democrat Party know what they have in Jasmine Crockett? And this is why I've said, in Kamala Harris' defense, it wasn't her fault. I feel like the Democrat Party set Kamala up for failure. Only 104 days to run against Donald Trump. The whole celebrities, entertainers that she was attached to gave Kamala a bad look. Salute 80s, baby. Salute 80s, baby. But let's just jump into Jasmine Crockett. Drop a one in the chat. Drop a one or on the comment and the replay. Drop a one if you feel like Jasmine Crockett would have won up against Donald Trump instead of Kamala Harris. Drop a 2 if you disagree. Drop a 2 if you don't like Jasmine Crockett. Drop a 2 if you think Jasmine Crockett is full of BS. Salute 80s, baby. Y'all let me know.
Well, you did say he'd be a dictator on day one. Oh, Democrats, it's just Trump. He just talks. Well, let me tell you something. He is doing more than talking. We talked about Project 2025. We talked about the consolidation of power. We talked about how he wanted to be a king. We talked about in a democratic republic, that is not what it is. We have some sort of checks and balances, and he is doing everything that he can to get rid of those checks and balances. The DOJ and the people that he's going after were simply doing their jobs. The problem is that Americans thought that it was okay to take a full-fledged criminal and make him the president of the United States, and then they want to act aghast when he does criminal things. Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge of the United States, and if we don't wake up, we may not have a United States, because right now he has only been successful in being a divider in chief.
Stop right there. What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts? America voted in a criminal. America has a thug for their president. And when he does thuggish things, America acts surprised. What are y'all thoughts on what Jasmine Crockett just said? I'm curious to know. Did America vote in a criminal? I mean, he has 34 felony charges, 34 counts. He has been convicted. Is Donald Trump a criminal? Drop a three if you think he's a criminal. Drop a four if you disagree. Talk to me. Let me know what are y'all thoughts. But most of all, I want to get down. Salute Miss G. I see you, Miss G. 80s baby says I agree. Miss G dropped the 3. 80s baby dropped a 3 too. Definitely. Do you feel as though if Jasmine Crockett would have ran against Donald Trump, do you feel like Jasmine Crockett would have won? In my honest opinion, I do believe that Jasmine Crockett would have won. And 70% of me agree with Trump, 30% disagrees. I felt as though Biden or Kamala wouldn't have made a better president than Donald Trump. However, I feel like Jasmine Crockett would make a better president. I like Jasmine Crockett. She has some qualities that I didn't see in Kamala Harris. Jasmine Crockett has some quality that I see in her character that I didn't see in Kamala. With Kamala, I felt like somebody was pulling the strings. She spent too much time laughing, joking. And so I felt like, somebody was basically pulling the strings. And when I saw that funeral service for the former President Jimmy Carter, and I seen the complete opposite of Kamala Harris when she was campaigning, like at former President Jimmy Carter's funeral, Kamala Harris looked like she was on demon time. She looked like if you even look at her wrong, she was going to be on your head. At the funeral for Jimmy Carter, Kamala Harris looked like I ain't for no ish. So don't come with no ish. When I see Jasmine Crockett, that's what I see. Like, I see that soldier sister. I see that Queen Latifah back in the days. I see that yo-yo. I see that female that even though she's a female, not to play around. Not to mess around with her. So that's what I see when I see Jasmine Crockett that I didn't see in Kamala Harris. Salute Cotan. That's what I see. So in my opinion, I feel like Jasmine Crockett would make a better president than Donald Trump.
Yeah, I think that Jasmine Crockett's 100% right. He was a criminal before he got elected. He's a criminal now, and he's behaving in a completely no regard for the law, no regard for the Constitution. You would expect that, if checks and balances were going away in America, it would be the result of a petty wannabe dictator like Donald Trump coming in and then forcing out the other branches. But we don't even have that. The Supreme Court, even before he got elected, just bowed down and said, no, you will be a king. You will be a king, and if you come back, you will rule as a king. The Republicans control Congress. They just bowed down, just surrendered. He didn't even need to seize power from them. They just gave it up. And that's how he's ruling. And Crockett pointed out, he's doing this massive purge at the DOJ. And so a number of top staffers are already gone. People who just worked on his cases, they were assigned to them. They didn't choose it. They're not libs. Many of them might well be Republicans. Some of them might like Donald Trump. They were all fired because they were involved in investigating him on the crimes he 100% committed. But it doesn't matter because truth doesn't matter. Reality doesn't matter. He is doing the exact sort of revenge-based vendetta agenda that we knew he would do. That's what he's doing. And so there are not going to be any investigations going forward of the crimes he is committing right now, will commit in the future, because he is going to remove from these offices anyone who gives a damn about the law or gives a damn about the Constitution. That is what he's actually doing. And he's also helping force out the media from being able to do any actual reporting. So the Pentagon pushed out a bunch of media outlets from their media room, including NBC News, the New York Times, a bunch of what I would consider like, media outlets or whatever. And instead, they're letting in the New York Post, One American News, Breitbart, and they also put in the Huffington Post, which, by the way, I don't have a problem with the Huffington Post. They don't even have a Pentagon correspondent. They didn't request a space. It's as if they were put in just so that the right could say, well, it's not all crazy conspiracy theorists and everything. But that's what they did. And so when it comes to the investigators, when it comes to the media, we're not even done with the first month. And they're already doing a countrywide purge, JR. What do you think?
It's 100% of what it is, as Jasmine Crockett said, that everyone talked about.
So Donald Trump, appreciate that super sticker, Nola. Appreciate that super sticker, Nola. And if you would like the platform, if you would like to help the platform reach its goal for this demonstration, the goal is 10 super stickers, super chats, or memberships. The goal is 10 super stickers, super chats, or memberships. Right now, we have one. We are 9 super stickers, super chats, or memberships away from us reaching our goal. Appreciate the super sticker, Nola. And if you're catching this on the replay, gang, you can also support the channel. Just click on the $ symbol that's in the comment section.
When is it going to get to the point where people start cluing in and be like, okay, so that aspect of both fascism and this plan from Project 2025 is taking effect. The purge of folks in the government, the weaponization of the government, the making sure that nothing is going to happen unless you follow his direct orders. All this is the case, but we need to see it happen exactly like it happened in 1945 in order for us to understand that it is what it is. It's really odd, but I had one small problem with the way that some of these Democrats are coming out and talking about this, because Chuck Schumer came out hair on fire. Other folks did even last week when stuff was going down, when he shut down federal aid that, well, again, was allocated already previously as he bypasses Congress, which is another weird dictatorial move. But they're all right about this. At what point, I mean, we saw in LA over the weekend, tons of people out in the streets blocking freeways as they're coming across these folks that are trying to deport anybody that they can get their hands on, right? So at what point are elected officials whose hair is on fire, Democratic elected officials, going to start saying in every moment that they can, listen, this is it. We're fighting. We're standing with these folks. That's something that gets more attention, because we know how people already get shunned to the side and they're called just these political activists. And look, they just hate Donald Trump. These folks have name recognition.
I want to stop it right there for a minute. Appreciate that super sticker, 80s baby. Appreciate that super sticker. We are only 8 super stickers, super chats, memberships away from reaching our goal. Now, I want to talk about the Democrats standing with the illegal immigrants that are being deported. Is that right for Democrats to take a stand with the illegal immigrants, or is it wrong? I want to know, how do y'all feel about these illegal immigrants? Is the only reason that the Democrats are standing with the illegal immigrants, is it just because it's Donald Trump? It's to go against Donald Trump? Because we got to remember, Obama was a Democrat. And when Obama was rounding up the illegal immigrants, no one was standing, especially Democrats, wasn't standing with those illegal immigrants. Let me know how y'all feel. 8 super stickers, super chats, or memberships away from us reaching our goal.
When are we going to start seeing them in the streets? I mean, if nothing else, in front of the Capitol, in the Capitol, talking about this every day. If this is important as we know it is, where y'all at? Where you at?
Yeah, again, like I said, I mean, we're trying to find all the good people. The people who are standing up, people in, Reverend Buddy and with people
Yeah.
being fired from their positions, and there are people standing up against this. There are some left in Congress, not a lot. People are losing their positions in media organizations, getting fired, and all that. But we're not interested in going silently into that good night or anything.
Now, one thing that kind of troubles me is, and like I said, when it comes to Jasmine Crockett, I do believe that she will make a better president than Donald Trump. But one thing that bothers me is when it comes to enforcing the law. Look, 70% of what I agree with Donald Trump is he enforces the law. He's not a pushover. That's part of the 70% when it comes to Donald Trump that I like. He's not a pushover. Okay? But like I said, it's 30% of the things that he say and do that I disagree with. So I don't want nobody, because I catch so much heat coming my way because of the 70% that I agree with. Nobody cares about the 30% that I disagree with. They only have a problem with me agreeing with 70%. Shank Rock, shame of you. You've lost your way. You shouldn't agree with nothing that that fool says or does. I mean, that would be like to say that anybody, your teachers at school, you don't agree or you disagree with what they teaching, and because you disagree with what they are teaching, you're not going to get the lesson. Richard says, but he don't respect the law. That's part of the 30%. See, what's happening is, and I'm not making excuses for him, but it was the same thing with Biden, and it was the same thing with Kamala. When I tell people, especially Republicans, when I say that the Democrats set Kamala Harris up for failure, Republicans look at me like I'm crazy. No, they didn't, Shank Rock. Yes, they did. My point is this, and by me running my platform is an opinionated platform. We talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. These are things that we discuss over here. But here's my point that I'm trying to make with Donald Trump. Yes, he don't respect the law. But what other presidents didn't respect the law? He's not the first president that didn't respect the law. Okay? Now, Jasmine Crockett, because I don't want to get away from the main point that we're talking about. Jasmine Crockett. Why didn't? And this is for Democrats. See, the burden falls on the Democrats. If the Democrat Party knew the type of president Donald Trump would be, if they knew, and they had an opportunity to let Jasmine Crockett run against Donald Trump, why didn't they let Jasmine Crockett run against Donald Trump? Let's be honest. And I'm sure Kamala Harris would even agree to this. Jasmine Crockett has and had a better shot at beating Donald Trump. It's not to take away from Kamala Harris. Salute Tammy, salute Tammy. But Jasmine Crockett, if we really wanted a woman to be the president of the United States of America, Democrat Party would have sent Jasmine Crockett to run against Donald Trump. It's a no-brainer. As the young folks say, Jasmine Crockett is lit. As the old folks say, Jasmine Crockett is on fire. Now, when you're going up against energy, you gotta match energy with energy. All due respect to Kamala Harris was on fire too. Don't get it twisted. Kamala Harris wasn't no pushover. So make no mistake about that. But like people say, when it comes to choosing the president, Trump or Kamala, you gotta choose the lesser of two evils. Why didn't they choose Jasmine Crockett when it came to running against Donald Trump? Because with Jasmine Crockett and Kamala Harris, you got to choose the better one of the two. Appreciate that super sticker, 80s baby. We are only 7 super stickers and super chats and memberships away from us reaching our goal. Salute Tammy, salute Tammy, salute Uncle, appreciate you for pulling up. Richard says the Republicans will also say that she is DEI, sir. Explain that to me, Richard. Explain that to me. Why would the Republicans say that Jasmine Crockett is DEI, but I'm sure that they would have said the same thing about Kamala Harris? They both are women of color. They both fall under the DEI program or the DEI agenda. So they didn't say that about Kamala Harris. So why would they say that about Jasmine Crockett? And I'm not, salute positive vibes. I don't want to be rude, but I don't want no excuses from the Republican side nor the Democrat side. We only dealing with X's and O's. We ain't dealing with the gray area. All right, let's be correct. Richard says because they said it about a qualified vice president in Kamala Harris. Okay, but she still was the vice president. I mean, Republicans is going to say, all kind of things, just like the Democrat Party is going to say all kind of things. So, but I want to stay on course with Jasmine Crockett.
Who want to tell you, and it's a big part of their strategy, to get you so worn out, so worn.
Richard says, unfortunately, yes, they did, sir. I watched input. I appreciate that. But let's check out Jasmine Crockett. Like I said, she's lit. See, look at her. See, I've been around women all my life. Salute, Mel. Salute, Mel. I've been around women all my life. I've been around different nationalities of women all my life. When a woman got that look, she means business. She means business. I'll ask the question again before I move on. Why didn't the Democrat Party let Jasmine Crockett run against Trump instead of Kamala Harris? We are only 7 super stickers, super chats, and memberships away from us reaching our goal today of 10 super stickers, super chats, and memberships.
Democratic Congressman Jasmine Crockett of Texas and the newly elected Vice Chair of the Democratic National Committee, Malcolm Kenyatta. And I really wanted to talk to you two today because I think a lot of people out there are like, what are Democrats doing? What can we get excited about? We need some fire in the belly. You both have fire in the belly. So thank you for being here. Congressman, let me start with you. What do you think? There's this question about what leverage, and you have to be really creative. There's only so much leverage, different kinds of leverage you can use in the minority. What do you think about this notion of threatening a government shutdown, and how far do you think it should go?
Yeah, so I don't think that this is really a threat of a government shutdown. Here's the reality. They believe that they have a mandate. They believe that this little itty bitty win that they had, where this is a slimmer majority in the House than they had when ICE were in, they believe winning over the Senate, they believe winning the White House, that they have a mandate. And listen, my policies don't align with that mandate. So if you believe that this...
I'm going to stop it right there. She says her policies don't align with that mandate. Now, I'm going to take your comment, Richard. Richard says the Republican Party and MAGA will have said that she is an angry black woman. See, when you know how to fight, they will label you, and a lot of people will agree. Yeah, but here's the thing. Over the years, America has come to the conclusion that the angry black woman is saying something. And not only is the angry black woman saying something, the angry black woman is saying something that makes sense. All right? This is what Americans are coming to grips with. If you go to the protest when the Democrat Party, if you go to that protest at the Department Treasury building and you see the angry black woman, Maxine Waters, the angry black woman, Jasmine Crockett, but you've seen different nationalities applauding them on because they get it now. They understand now. But that's a good point, Richard.
This is what the American people want, then get it done. All of y'all, because y'all have a Trump trifecta. But don't come to us for me to do things like tear my community apart by making sure that we get rid of the Department of Education, by making sure that Elon Musk somehow and his little cronies, and just to be clear, if you're talking about, somebody sent me a meme today and it said, if Elon Musk was really serious about cutting out waste, then why wouldn't he go get a bunch of accountants? Instead, he went and got computer programmers. That's how.
Drop a 5. Drop a 5 in the chat if you agree with what Jasmine Crockett just said about Elon Musk. Drop a 5. Drop a 6 if you disagree. Salute my boo. Minnie Mac Creation says Obama, AOC, and Bernie was saying something too, and look what happened to them. That's a good point, Minnie Mac. That's a good point. Drop a 5 if you agree with Jasmine Crockett about Elon Musk. I'm going to run it back. Drop a 6 if you disagree. Drop a 5 if you agree with her, what she says about Elon Musk. Drop a 6 if you disagree. Salute Sagas. Salute Sagas. We are only 7 super stickers, super chats, and memberships away from reaching our goal. If you would like to help us reach our goal, click on the $ and purchase a super sticker, super chat, or a membership.
Elon Musk somehow and his little cronies. And just to be clear, if you're talking about, somebody sent me a meme today and it said, if Elon Musk was really serious about cutting out waste, then why wouldn't he go get a bunch of accountants? It's a nefarious thing that they're up to, and we know that we are probably going to have difficulty with them complying with the law. But right now, we know that in the House, they're going to have 217 to 215. What that means for everybody sitting at home is that they literally cannot lose one vote. So
we're going to stop it right there because I'm going to have to backtrack things, y'all, because as y'all can see, they messing with my audio. Whenever we get deep over here, they start to mess with my audio. So let me backtrack Jasmine Crockett.
To 215. What that means for everybody sitting at home is that they literally cannot lose one vote. So go be great.
Go be great. So I asked about the government. You're right. There's no up or down vote should we shut the government down, as people are talking about this. So to be totally clear. But I think it is one of those things with that narrow vote where Democrats don't have to give in to what they don't agree to, right? So I guess should it be a point of leverage for all the things you're talking about?
I mean, it's the only way that we were able to govern at all in the 118th. Now, granted, there are those, or 117th. Most people argue, listen, y'all weren't getting anything done. And we know that it was the most unproductive session that we've ever had. But when we look at things like the continuing resolution, where we were trying to continue to keep the government open until March 14th, this next deadline, we know that Elon sent out a tweet, and all of a sudden an agreement that was made by duly elected folk in the House and the Senate, as well as the duly elected president, all of a sudden went up in smoke. And so we can't govern that way. And so there's a lack of trust. I mean, you know this. Obviously, we both came from the state house. We know that the only thing that we have that is considered currency when you are a lawmaker,
You give your word, right?
is your word.
When you give your word. And I will say, state legislators make the best legislators while you end up in Congress.
Well, there you go. You have an announcement for us today.
My announcement is that vice chair of the Democratic Party.
Let me ask you about that because, and I mentioned this because I think it's important for people to understand like what levers of power you have and what you don't, right? And obviously people out there watching, they can put Democrats in charge of the House in November. We'll see. But
we're going to do that.
There you go. Well, you're the vice chair of the party. You're also a state legislator. When you're seeing what's happening in Washington, what do you wish was happening here? What leverage do you wish Democrats were using?
Well, you know what? I think it's really, important that we're both here today because, the DNC has a really critical role. Politics, everything in politics is about math. Congresswoman Crockett is talking about the math to keep the government open and to continue to fund critical operations. What we're focused on at the DNC is the math of making Hakeem Jeffries the next Speaker of the House. Over the last couple of days, whatever it's been since this guy got sworn in, we have seen a reverse Robin Hood where where we're supposed to believe that the wealthiest man in the world is rooting around in our government systems to make life better for the people who live in my district, folks who are one car payment away, one home repair away from losing the safety and security that we all deserve. That is what we're supposed to believe. Clearly, it's BS. It's nonsense. Donald Trump has spent every single day since he's been in office making life worse for working people.
Let's stop right there. Has Donald Trump, since he's been in office, has Donald Trump spent every day since he's been in office making things worse for middle class and lower class Americans? Now, I could say one part I agree. He's making it worse for us all. Well, let me backtrack. Not the rich, but he's making it worse for middle class and lower class with these tariffs that he got going on. This tariff war that he's in with Canada, Mexico, and China, I disagree with that. And I've always said that that's part of the 30% when it comes to Donald Trump that I disagree with. The tariffs, he's making it worse. I know many of y'all say, but Shank, it's a reason for the tariffs. But Shank, he's doing the tariffs because China and Canada and all them other nations have been ripping us off for all these years. Well, let's go back to the first 4 years when he was in office. The first 4 years when he was in office. And I'm just asking, did he bring up the tariffs conversation those first 4 years when he was in office? And he sat down with Canada. He's the one that put the trade agreements in effect. The first 4 years he was in office. So what's really going on? What's really going on? What's Donald Trump's purpose of having Elon Musk on board? Out of Trump's own mouth, he said that, well, Elon is not benefiting off of any of this. Well, what is he there for? You got to be getting something out of it. Even if it ain't nothing but your pleasure, even if it ain't nothing but a smile that what you're doing puts on your face. But it got to be something in it that you are looking for. When I come before you all, it's something that's bringing me in front of y'all. I'm not just up here just to be up here. I'm not. Anything that I do in life, I ain't doing it just to be doing it. It's something out of it. Now, it may not always be money. It might be from the kindness of my heart while I'm doing something. However, it's going to always be a reason why we do things. Now, I would respect him if he would say, well, he's not getting any money out of this. If that's what y'all are wanting to know about Elon Musk, he's not getting no money out of any of this. Right? JL says, would you not want a smart person? Well, you would consider to be smart. Milton says Elon is deregulating everything. J4F says, since when the rich people not want money? Right, and that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. In my opinion, Elon, of course, is looking to get something out of it. Now, it could be stocks, bonds, it could be money, it could be access to the American people, privacy. Because he got access to our social security cards, numbers, and all of that. I don't want him having access to my social security number. I don't want nobody having access to my social security number. Ha says eggs are not going down. Right, eggs going up. Eggs are going up. Eggs are $8 and steady going up. But Trump said when he get in office, he was going to make prices come down. J4 says nothing is going down. Mama Boo says everything is going up. Right. And I know it takes time. I do know it takes time, but I mean, come on, you put your mouth on it, Trump. You put your mouth on it. And we all know your word is your bond. And that's what Jasmine and the young man was saying in politics. Everything counts on your word. J4 says it's all about the money, more money, more money. JL says get a chicken. 2 will help.
People and working families. And so the question that folks have to ask is, what are folks going to do in this moment? And I think that there's a lot that people can do. And what we've been talking about at the DNC under the leadership of our new chair, Chairman Martin, is getting people to look local. There's people who want to tell you, and it's a big part of their strategy, to get you so worn out, so worn down, to say, hey, if you go to that local protest, what the hell does that matter? If you call your member of Congress, that doesn't make an impact. Everything you do makes an impact, but people should recognize that everything that matters in the world is not happening here in DC. It was in state capitals where they were gerrymandering maps and making it more difficult to vote. It was at your local school district where they were banning books and trying to rip away our history. And
stop right there. Nola, salute. Nolan says Elon stated himself is getting a small percentage of fraudulent sectors. Exactly. JL says, do you guys want your money going to other countries?
So what we're going to be doing at the DNC, first and foremost, we talked a little bit about this, is also telling our own story, not allowing who the Democratic Party is to be dictated by some editorial board of a newspaper owned by a different billionaire. We're going to tell our own story, and we're doing that with what you've been seeing on our social media every single day, putting out what have Democrats done today. So if you follow us on social media, you'll see that.
Yeah, that's right. A good follow. Okay, before I let you go, the minute we have left, what's one thing you hope people watching pay attention to that Republicans are doing that maybe isn't getting enough attention? I'm going to ask you the same question about something.
Yeah, so really quick, I'm just going to let everyone know that we do have our first Doge subcommittee hearing this week. So tune in to C-SPAN.
Pop your popcorn.
I'm sure it's going to be drama. But I also want to point out, because you brought up Elon Musk, I want to point out that Musk currently is getting billions of dollars in government contracts. And we've not heard about him cutting any of that. And that's coming from defense. Defense currently comprises approximately 16% of our budget, yet nobody's looking at it. Department of Education is less than 1%. It literally doesn't even register. When we talk about U.S. aid, it's 1.1%. So they're over here playing with you. They're playing in your face, trying to say, go look at this penny over here and ignore the other 99 pennies that we got over here. And that's what I want the American people to wake up and see. They're playing in your face, and I'm going to make sure that you know exactly how bad they play in your face.
That's what I like about Jasmine Crockett. Nola says, just let it play out like you said. That's what I like about Jasmine Crockett. And that's the whole purpose of this demonstration. If you had a chance, to let Jasmine run against Trump instead of Kamala, who would you had picked? Republicans can answer this. Democrats can answer this. Liberals, conservatives, black nationalists, everybody can answer this question. Who would you had chose to run against Donald Trump? Jasmine Crockett or Kamala Harris? This is why I said in Kamala's defense, the Democrat Party sent her out there to get her head chopped up. The Democrats sent her out there. Woman 4X says Jasmine. She's amazing. And also, if you would like to support the platform with a cash donation, my cash app is $ERIC MCINT. Remember, we have a goal for 10 super stickers, super chats, and memberships. We are only 7 super stickers, super chats, and memberships away from us reaching our goal. Milton says, run Bernie Sanders, he will whoop Trump. JL says, is it normal for people to change the way they speak? She does that. Sorry, just an observation. I'll take neither. Be real. Phil says, Shapiro would have got you Pennsylvania, but he too much of a Jew for y'all. Once again, I would have voted for Jasmine. Hexa says the major reason for the cut to these departments and social programs is corporate tax cuts. This will fall back on the lower and middle classes if it's not fully robbed by these barons. Murray says Jasmine and all the millennials that are not on the take need to take over the Democratic Party. Ruth says, I'm very, very impressed by Crockett, but she has only recently come up. She was unknown and she is young. I'm really psyched to see where she goes with her talents here. Phil says he can't even pronounce Shapiro. Oh my God. Now, once again, it's the 2-part to this demonstration. Donald Trump versus Jasmine Crockett. Who makes a better president? I got a sense of humor, Phil, so I'm laughing with you. And if you hang around long enough, you will see names. I got a problem with pronouncing words, so hang around long enough and you'll be like, damn, Shank, you can't pronounce no words. And just like my funky troublemakers, Phil, you will be roasting me too. All right, but let me get back, y'all. JL says, I agree. Anything would have been. As y'all can see, they on me. Don't laugh, my boo. Don't laugh, my boo. Don't get recruited with them troublemakers, my boo. Don't laugh at me, my boo. But J4 says these budget cuts are to make the United States weaker. And if y'all would spell the words correctly, that's why I be messing up the words. Because y'all be misspelling those words. So I can only go by what I see. So Phil, make sure you spell the words correctly. That's why I be messing up them words, because y'all don't know how to spell. Y'all start spelling right, then I can pronounce the words right. But let me get back, y'all. Jasmine Crockett or Donald Trump? My opinion, I believe Jasmine would make a better president. I think Jasmine would make a better president. I'm trying to figure out why. Why didn't they let Jasmine? But maybe because Jasmine is young, maybe because Jasmine is new, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Before I leave, so everybody will know, 70% of what Trump says and does, I agree with. 70%. 30% of what Trump says and does, I disagree. Now, you might be able to explain to me and help me understand why I should agree with Trump 100%. You might be able to share with me and explain why I should disagree 100% of what Trump brings to the table. But just so everybody knows, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm not against Trump. I do believe that there are plenty of people that will make a better president than Donald Trump. I just don't feel like Biden or Kamala would have made a better president. So those are my views. Those are my views. I'm not Democrat nor Republican. I've never voted before. So those are my political views. I keep an open mind. I'm open for Democrats to teach me something. I'm looking and I'm open for Republicans to teach me something, as well as liberals, conservatives, and black nationalists. I'm open for anybody to teach me something. I'm willing to learn. I don't know everything about politics. So I'm not coming before you guys and presenting myself as if I know everything about politics. I know about that much. I know about that much. That's why I'm here, and that's why it's an open platform for us all to learn something. And not only for us all to learn something, for us all to teach something. So whatever your opinion is, feel free to leave your opinion. Whatever your perspective on things is, feel free to give your perspective. Okay? And let me just say something. I know people that been in politics for 20 years, but don't know a damn thing. So let's understand, a person can study something for 20 years and don't know a damn thing. Because just like religion, just like racial, social issues, just like issues, period, everything that you learn, everything that you need to learn is not in a book. Everything that you need to learn about the world is not written down. Some things that you will learn is off of experience. Some things. That's why in the Bible it says, the young shall teach the old. And we got to get out of that mind frame because we're older. We know more than the young people. We got to get out of that mind frame because we may have a degree in something that we know everything. I've been around a lot of people. I've been around a lot of educated people that couldn't teach me half of what uneducated people could teach me. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Salute. Make sure y'all subscribe to my main channel. My main channel is Shank Rock. And remember, everybody's opinion is welcome over here. We don't do no name calling. We don't call nobody idiots or stupid or dumb just because they don't agree with what we agree with. We don't do none of that. We bring our opinions and our perspectives and we chop it up. And we learn to agree to disagree. So if you can't agree to disagree, you don't belong over here. But if you can agree to disagree, if you can accept other people's opinions and perspectives, this platform is definitely for you. Once again, I appreciate everybody. If you would like to help us reach our goal of 10 super stickers, super chats, and memberships, just click on the $ symbol. Once again, salute everybody. I'll see y'all back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Salute.